Finally, a rare break. Why don't we head to the Bonajade Exchange and hang out for a bit?
You say you like me?
Yeah!
All right. Now that you're in position, Miss March, let's get this lesson started.
I'm not good at acting all master-like. Since Grandpa asked me to teach you swordplay, I won't hold back any secrets.
Oh, thank you so much, Masters! Oh, wait. Does this mean our training is only officially starting right now?
After all, we need to watch you practice for a few days before we can figure out how talented you are, right?
So, how'd I do, Master?
You're definitely talented, Miss March.
Hey, here you are. Did you hear that? These two masters just called me a swordplay genius. Oh, you're right. I almost got all excited for nothing.
I'm just speaking my mind. Trust me, you're really talented.
Did you hear that? I'm truly a genius.
Swordplay requires rigorous training. Before we start, Miss March, you need to find a clear reason to keep you motivated while you train. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it needs to be clear.
In other words, even though you didn't exactly choose to be our apprentice, you still need to take the initiative during this learning process.
I once had the honor of learning swordplay from a master. She asked me why I started training at such a young age, why I wielded a sword. So, for our first lesson, I'd like to ask you the same question. Miss March, why do you wield your sword?
Why do I wield my sword? I wield my sword to take down my enemies. I mean, what other reason is there?
I also questioned that sword master about why she uses her sword, and she said, to vanquish my enemies, nothing more. Miss March, you gave a similar response, which shows you've got potential.
The best way to take down your enemy is with a blaster gun. I heard a hero say something like that in an immersia. He also mentioned that sword training can push a person's physical abilities to their ultimate limit.
Seems like you've seen your fair share of immersion, Miss March. But if you want my opinion, if your goal is self-improvement, you'll feel just as accomplished even if you put down the sword and go back to your bow.
Oh, come on. Don't listen to his empty talk.
Oh, now I'm curious to hear what Master Yunli has to say.
Let me ask you something, March. Do you have any specific goals for learning swordplay? Like achieving a certain ranking in the war dance, or maybe you want to defeat someone, like Yanqing, or me.
Who do I want to defeat? Her? Dan Heng? Himeko? Or Mr. Yang?
If you can't think of anyone specific, why not set a simpler goal? Like, how many opponents do you want to defeat at once with a sword?
I'll fight 10!
10?
Oops, that just slipped out. It's actually another line from an immersia. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think I figured out what's motivated March to learn swordplay.
Could it possibly be immersia about swordmasters?
Hey, now that you mention it, that actually makes sense. I'm super interested in Xianzhou immersia and novels. Even though I use a bow, almost all the great heroes in those immersia use swords. So I want to be a swordmaster too.
See?
It doesn't matter. Everyone has their own preferences.
Becoming a swordmaster who fights for justice and battles evil? Well, that's definitely a good reason to keep you motivated in swordplay training.
Now that you've both given your approval, I have another small request. I want to perform a tea ceremony to honor you as my masters. Remember, you'll need to tap the table a few times with your fingers.
Tea ceremony? Tap the table? Do we have to be so serious about accepting an apprentice for the first time?
Please? That's how those heroes in the immersia show their respect.
Play along?
Let's just stop wasting time. Just treat us to some milk tea. And then we can start our real swordplay training, okay?
Yeah! All right, let's go. To the Sleepless Earl.
Fantastic story.
Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? The Xianzhou is known for its tea culture and hospitality, but you're not treating me like a guest at all. Seriously, am I not a guest?
Dear guest.
Stop! Don't call me a guest. You're not even treating me as one. I want my tea just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but the tea you served was either freezing or scalding. Is this how you treat your guest on the Xianzhou? How fantastic! Your tea tastes like slop, and you even have the nerve to charge me for it! Are you trying to scam honest folks? And that name, the Sleepless Earl, it's so hard to remember. How about we give you a new plaque that says, Xianzhou Slop? It suits this place better, don't you think?
Stop! You've gone too far.
Oh, who's that trying to be a hero?
It's me, March 7th. Cause more trouble and I'll show you who your mommy is. Wait, that sounded lame. Hey, say something for me. That's right! I'm the Sword Champion!
Never heard of you. Now scurry back to wherever you crawled out from.
Mr. Scott, I'm Yenching, a Cloud Knight Lieutenant. We've met before, and I suggest you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Ha! I'm just giving some feedback as a regular customer. The tea here is terrible, and now the Cloud Knights want to stop me from complaining about it? At this rate, who would want to ever come here for tea in the future?
A regular customer? You?
Yeah, what else would I be? The Xianzhou's prisoner?
Anyway, if you're trying to bully this young lady, you'd better watch out for the weapon in my hand.
Huh? Oh, that really scares me. Come on, you're not seriously trying to take my life with that piece of scrap metal, are you?
Scrap metal? This is my sword! I'm here to learn Xianzhou swordplay.
Swordplay? Oh, I get it now. It's just another kind of play, right? That explains why you're dressed like you're in a show. You're not even from the Xianzhou, so why bother learning their swordplay? If you're feeling unsafe, I can sell you an IPC mech.
Ha! As if anyone wants your junkyard scrap mechs!
Oh, how marvelous! How about you show me then? Well, guess it's time to show these bumpkins something serious.
Just a reminder, IPC members, street fighting on the Xianzhou Lafu is prohibited.
Make any funny moves, and I'll smash that scrap metal.
Hey, relax. I know the rules. These are my subordinates. They got stuck here because of the transport ship incident, and they need to vent their frustration. In the end, it's all the Xianzhou's fault. Well, I could overlook the terrible tea, but now that you're questioning my security, I can't let it slide. After all, I have a courier business to run, and with so many clients watching, that just wouldn't look too good now, would it? Instead of wasting your life learning useless swordplay, why not invest in our civilian mechs? You'll have your master kneeling and begging for mercy in no time.
Stop! Don't you dare insult Xianzhou swordplay like that! If you have the guts, I'll show your mechs what I can do.
Huh? A fight, you say? Now that you've thrown down the gauntlet, March 7th, I feel I'm obliged to accept your challenge. Say whatever you want, but once you've seen what our mechs can do, you'll be practically begging us for them. Oh, come on! How could I say no to a bet? So, I can see you're no master yet, March, but I'll play fair. You go back and learn swordplay from your teachers here, and in 15 days, I'll come find you and challenge you with my mechs.
Only 15 days? All right. Fine.
And if you lose, you'll have to bark like a dog in public and shout, "Xianzhou swordplay is a total joke!" You'll stand at the entrance of our room alley and say it to everyone passing by. Oh, and if that's the case, just forget about your master and become my apprentice instead. I'll teach you how to pilot a mech.
And if I win?
I'll become your apprentice?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't like you.
Okay, how about this? If I lose, I'll squeal like a pig in public and say, IPC mechs are a total joke! And I'll even print that on every mech on the transport ship. Deal?
Squealing isn't enough. You also need to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl and take back what you said about Xianzhou swordplay.
Fine, I get it. But you've got to actually beat me with that little scrap of metal first. You all heard it, right? We'll meet again in 15 days. Let's go.
like this collateral won't be returned.
Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you all for your timely help. The shop facing a bit of flack from visitors is a minor issue, but Miss March's decisions to challenge him is serious. I feel responsible as if the shop has inconvenienced you.
Don't worry. I can't stand by and watch someone be bullied. I have to stand up against injustice, no matter what.
Not only do you speak like a hero from an Emersia, but you also have a kind heart. Your charisma has completely won me over, Miss March.
I'm not quite a hero. Yet.
Oh, I know you're here for the tea ceremony. Please come inside.
Thanks for the invitation, but right now, I just want to focus on practicing swordplay. Masters, let's save the tea for later.
Sure, the tea can wait for now. However, I have a question, Miss March. How confident are you about the bet you just made?
Come on, how could I possibly lose?
You're right. It seems she really hasn't considered anything. I don't see any issue with it. Let March give it a shot. As long as she trains diligently, I believe she can easily deal with that hunk of IPC scrap metal.
As long as she trains diligently.
I'm now filled with determination, Masters. I'll learn swordplay well and teach that guy a lesson. You're my most trusted friend. You'll be my assistant teacher and make sure I learn swordplay properly. Hey, when have I ever treated you poorly? Masters, Miss Teaching Assistant, let's go back and start the training now.
This place is so warm. I wonder if there's
You say you like me?
That IPC guy will show up in 15 days. I've got to become a swordmaster by then.
Becoming a swordmaster in a mere 15 days is quite challenging.
But we can't lose our momentum, Master Yun Li.
Momentum alone will only keep you going for about 3 days. If you really want to stick with it, you need a solid plan.
No worries. I've found my professional teaching assistant to help me organize the lessons, so there won't be any problems. Because I trust you. Even if my masters have doubts, they'll trust your judgment.
Miss March is really passionate about learning swordplay, and now she has a clear goal in mind. That's a good thing for her. There are many ways to defeat villains, but if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. I hope you will always remember this, Miss March.
Got it. It's all etched into my memory.
Since you've got that in mind, it's time for me to set some targets for you.
Please, go ahead, Master Yun Li.
We'll have 3 exams during these 15 days. If you pass our tests, those pieces of IPC scrap won't stand a chance. But if you fail,
That would mean Yun Li is a terrible teacher. And if that's the case, I hope you won't force yourself to take on the challenge, Miss March.
Hey! You are the terrible teacher here.
I understand. In the Immersia, the disciple and the master share both honor and disgrace. If the apprentice fails, the master loses face too.
Well, there aren't that many customs on the Xianzhou. I'm just worried about you getting hurt.
But as long as you practice diligently and pass the tests, we'll feel confident about your duel. Now, let's go back to the first question I asked you. I'm sure you found a reason to wield your sword, right, Miss March?
Absolutely! I wield my sword to become a hero. I want to fight for justice, punish the wicked, and make them quiver in fear and run away when they see me.
Then keep that fire burning, and learn with all your heart.
You haven't said much, Miss Teaching Assistant. Any suggestions before we officially start training? Exactly! I prefer the cool, calm, and ruthless way of doing things. That's my kind of style. That's enough chit-chat for now. Don't forget to keep an eye on my swordplay practice. I'll fight 10! Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. How should I go about this?
I don't think so.
I learned so much today. Well done, me. If you keep upping the training, I'm gonna start skipping class. Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. Let's do this! What do you recommend? That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything.
Today, you'll face your first test. It's all about the basics.
Oh, I know! It's float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, right?
That's boxing? But close enough, I guess.
Grasping the basics is crucial to mastering swordplay, Miss March. Focus on wielding your sword properly, making your thrusts swift and strikes brisk.
And parries should be fluid and nimble. Got it.
See? Even March is getting bored of your rambling.
But I'm actually not bored at all.
Miss March is still a novice, so I'm giving her some tips on the basics to help her better understand them. Neglecting the basics will only make you vulnerable in a fight. Even for an extraordinary sword master like you, Yunli.
Just focus on your teaching. Why bring me into this?
What? Didn't General Huyan offer you any guidance?
Looks like your general hasn't told you to stop hopping around like a sparrow in a fight, huh?
Miss March has been learning the basics of swordplay, and now it's time to put her knowledge to the test.
Unsheath your swords and show me what you've got, March.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. Not there. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What? Yes! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What? Yes! Oh, I get it. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What? Yes! Not there, yeah! Looks like I passed the test, right?
Yeah, well done. You passed with flying colors.
Great! Hey, hurry up and congratulate me. Ah, jeez, you sound just like those parents on the Xianzhou. Can't I get some praise now? I couldn't have done it without my masters and you, Miss Teaching Assistant. So if I were to take on that IPC guy now, what would you say are my chances?
You already have a martial arts background and plenty of real combat experience. With swordplay guidance from me and Yunli, if you were to challenge the IPC's security mechs now, I believe...
You wouldn't stand a chance.
Yunli's... right.
No chance? Hey, are you trying to crush my confidence? I'm the kind of girl who performs better when I'm showered with praise, just so you know. Oh, come on. You're just talking nonsense to keep me motivated.
I thought teaching March was just something of a hobby, but now, actually seeing her progress gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Oh, really? So now you finally acknowledge her talent, Master Yunli? Don't worry, Miss March. I've been serious about teaching you from the start.
Don't try to cause a rift between us. Every move and technique I taught March is straight from the Juming art of swordplay.
15 days of training is short, Miss March. Whether you pass or fail this test, I hope you'll continue with the basics. because that's your best shot at winning. After every test, the General would take me to the Artisanship Commission for sword maintenance. Let's go, Miss March. Today, I'll follow the General's example as a way of acknowledging your progress.
Thank you, Master Yanqing.
So, have you found any information about her?
Yeah, that girl is one of the nameless on the Astral Express. Oh, she's no pushover. Don't you think this bet's a bit too risky?
Yeah, it is. So what? Have you seen those big shots in the Strategic Investment Department? Do they ever make safe bets? She thinks she can fool me by flying under the radar? You there! Get me the most powerful mech we've got!
Understood. Checking the inventory now.
Now I'm curious to see what this 15-day crash course apprentice is really capable of.
Wonder what I'll run into today. Let's do this! What do you recommend? Huh? All swords and no play makes March a dull girl, you know. Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. to today? Jeez, I'm exhausted. I think today should be a rest day. I just learned that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. How should I go about this? I learned so much today. Well done, me.
Time for your second test. I'll be your examiner this time, and I'll be testing your ability to defeat enemies with unconventional moves. Grandpa always said that everything can be a sword, and that there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in this vast world. If you want to defeat your opponent, you'll need your own secret move.
Speaking of secret moves, I've prepared some flaming potent tea.
Huh? Is that the flaming potent tea from Arumali?
You got it! I saw this immersion where the hero drank the flaming potent tea and started stumbling and shaking all over the place. But then he managed to defeat his father's murderer with his drunken swordplay.
Good example. Do you know how to do the drunken swordplay?
No. I figured I could just learn it by drinking flaming potent tea.
That's not how it works in real life, Miss March.
Even if I don't know drunken swordplay, I've got other tricks up my sleeve.
I've heard you've traveled a lot, Miss March. I'm excited to see how you incorporate your experiences into your swordplay moves.
Your opponent this time is similar to the IPC mechs. Unsheath your swords and give it everything you've got.
According to the schedule, there's a test today, right? I'm ready. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this? Phew, that was tough.
Those moves were pretty unconventional, but the way you've blended them into your swordplay was impressive. It's like you've developed your own unique style, Miss March. So, I thought you were just wasting your time traveling around with Yun Li's encouragement, but it seems like it's paid off.
Well, well. Looks like someone's finally seeing sense.
Thank you both for your guidance. So, did I pass the test?
Without a doubt. You aced it.
Awesome! Hey, Miss Teaching Assistant. Isn't it about time you showered me with praise? Allowed. Let's keep it relevant. This time's for now, next time's for later. No IOUs on praise. I won't be modest this time. My skills have improved by leaps and bounds.
General Jing Yuan once told me that everyone has the potential to be my master. Not just Cloud Knight instructors, but also artists and outsiders. Actually, I was once convinced by Guinifin into swallowing a sword. That's definitely not something you learn from regular practice.
So, what do you think your odds are, March?
Maybe around 30 or 40%? Well, I've gained a deeper understanding of swordplay, and I'm more aware of my own strengths now. By the way, in those Immersia stories, the sword masters always hide their true strength before a decisive battle. Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
From the test, I can tell that you still need some time to master your swordplay. But you did pretty well. Milk tea is on me today.
Yeah!
progress report on the nameless girl's sword training is complete. What should I do now, Specialist Scott?
Huh? Are you being sarcastic or something?
I mean, don't I have other important tasks to do? It feels like a bit of a waste of time to keep tabs on some random girl's swordplay training.
A waste of time? No! This is about safeguarding the reputation of the IPC and the honor of the Amber Lord. Are you saying that March 7th can actually take down an Arumaton from the Artisanship Commission with a sword? Come on, an Arumaton is no match for our state-of-the-art mechs. Go and strengthen our mechs even further. I refuse to believe that little sliver of metal can actually challenge our cutting-edge technology.
But the armor's already pretty thick.
No, it's not enough. Reinforce it more. If I lose face, it's like losing face for the IPC and the Ember Lord. Can we afford to let that happen?
Understood.
What do you recommend? Okay. today. I need time to absorb everything. Wonder what I'll run into today. Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. If you keep upping the training, I'm gonna start skipping class. I'll fight learned so much today. Well done, me. All swords and no play makes March a dull girl, you know. Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome at it. Let's do this! How should I go about this? Huh? Wonder what I'll run into today. Another step closer to star-crazing glass greatsword. Jeez, I'm exhausted. I think today should be a rest day. That's enough training for today. I need time to absorb everything.
Before we start the test, there's something I need to tell you, Miss March. I've received a challenge letter from Scott. He's made thorough preparations, contacting the Realm Keeping Commission and getting approval for a martial arts exchange event. He even chose Arumali as the venue. Seems like he has some connections there. However, according to the rules, the person receiving the challenge letter has the right to decline the challenge.
Declining would be like admitting defeat. Of course I'll accept it.
But before that, you need to pass the final test, the graduation exam.
No way! Master Yanqing has been great to me.
Well, it's not really graduation. It's just that the opponent for this exam is your master, Yanqing.
When General Jing Yuan was teaching me swordplay, he used to personally spar with me during crucial moments to assess my skills.
After all, the master should be the one who is most aware of their students' strengths and weaknesses.
But, Master Yan Qing, facing you in a duel, do I really stand a chance?
How will we ever find out if you don't even try? Are you only scared because I'm your opponent, Miss March?
Unsheath your swords and get ready, Miss March. The duel starts now!
The final test. I'm a little nervous. Oh, come on, March 7th. You got this! Another new move under my belt. I gotta find time to try it out. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What?
Come get me!
I like it!
You're all in on it!
Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! What?
Punish evil! I'm just warming up. I failed.
Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed the exam.
Oh! I get your point, but this isn't the time for deflections. Quickly, say something nice about me. Actually, I didn't defeat Master Yanqing.
With your swordplay skills, you can effortlessly take down IPC Max, March.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too.
But looking back, haven't you learned something more important than just swordplay?
Yeah, I've not only learned swordplay from masters, but I've also met a bunch of people and gained a lot of insights from my experiences.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be a sword, and there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in the vast world.
That actually makes sense. Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat Scott. Yeah, I'll show Scott the power of the Xianzhou swordplay that he despises.
I remember Yan Qing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. Do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always dreamed of?
Ah, yes, absolutely. The great hero within me is definitely up to the task.
well, if it isn't our hero, March 7th.
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and I'm here to accept it. But I'm curious, why pick Arum Alley of all places? It's packed with tourists around, and it'd be bad if someone got hurt.
Why Alroom Alley? Well, your buddy knows the answer to that. Exactly! On that fateful day, I was reassigned, dismissed from my department's core operations. That's why I chose this place. I want to show all those people who laughed at me that I can stand on my own 2 feet again. They'll be like, what? That Scott is back again? What's he got up to this time? They'll see that I, Scott, who was once shamed in front of everyone, is back in Alroom Alley to restore his honor. They'll see that it won't be me squealing like a pig today, but you! Right person? No, I want to enact revenge on the entirety of Alroom Alley.
But then, wait, where does bullying the owner of the Sleepless Earl fit in with all of this?
Ah! Shut up! Look, I have my principles. I refuse to spend my life haunted by what happened in Alroom Alley. Do you think I'm just some sort of IPC small fry? I've been patient for so long, just waiting for the right moment. I don't care about proving my greatness. It's about showing everyone in Alroom Alley that I will reclaim what was taken from me!
Instead of resorting to such despicable methods.
I've been keeping an eye on you. Seriously, do you really believe that you, a rookie who's only been learning swordplay for 15 days, can defeat my invincible mechs? Dream on! Enough with the talk. Let's get down to business, boys.
Once you bite the dust, you'll know what I'm capable of. Not very sportsmanlike. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this? Awesome! Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this?
You pathetic losers! How did you all lose to that rookie?
Hey, stop Stop blaming others! Didn't you lose to me too?
So, does that mean I have to? No way! This can't be happening! How could a tiny piece of scrap metal defeat the IPC's mechs? You guys must have cheated! This doesn't count! I demand a rematch!
Scrap metal, huh? The key to victory is never the weapon. It's the person wielding it! I'll respect you too, if you keep your word.
Enough! Fine. I've done this before anyway. I apologize. I want to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl. It's my fault for causing trouble and making a scene on purpose.
Hey, remember what you said? What about squealing like a pig?
Make him squeal! Make him squeal!
Hold on a sec. I want to get this on video.
It's happening all over again. All right! But before I squeal like a pig, there's something else I want to say. IPC mechs are a total joke. Oink! Oink, oink! Oink! Oink, oink! Oink!
Master Yenqing? Master Yunli? You're teaching rocks! Shame my body can't keep up with my brain.
Not bad. You've made it this far, Miss March. You've passed the exam.
Oh! Ha! I told you compliments make me better.
With your swordplay skills, you can effortlessly take down IPC mechs, March.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too.
But looking back, haven't you learned something more important than just swordplay?
Yeah, I've not only learned swordplay from masters, but I've also met a bunch of people and gained a lot of insights from my experiences.
Those experiences will nourish your sword skills. It's just like Master Yunli said. Everything can be a sword, and there are endless possibilities for learning swordplay in the vast world.
That actually makes sense. Now, I'd love to hear your suggestions on how to defeat Scott. do it! I already have an idea!
I remember Yan Qing once said, there are many ways to defeat villains. But if you want to become a true hero, you have to focus on self-improvement. Do you feel any closer to becoming the great hero you've always dreamed of?
Ah, yes, absolutely! The great hero within me is definitely up to the task. You two, we heard that Scott sent you a challenge, so we were wondering if there's anything we can do to help you defeat him. Thanks, Hua-Hua. You've already been a huge help by teaching me how to use the exercising tools. Even though I've only been learning swordplay for a short time, I'm confident I can take down the IPC mechs. Don't mention it. It's actually me who should be thanking you, Mark.
But seriously, didn't she kick Scott's butt already? So why is she back again? Don't humans ever learn from their mistakes?
No, Mr. Tail. There's a saying, revenge is a dish best served cold. But Scott hardly has any patience. He couldn't resist the temptation to get back at us. Still, if that's how I beat him, it'd be a little less satisfying. I can't quite put my finger on it. But it just wouldn't be satisfying enough.
I get it. Some people never learn, no matter how many times you knock them down. They'll never admit defeat or learn anything.
So, how do we get him to admit defeat?
Listen, kid, I'm not trying to rag on you, but you're always playing into Scott's hands with your approach. He set up these rules for a fight between his mechs and your sword, and you agreed. Then he laid out what to do if you win or lose, and you agreed again. It's basically just another one of Scott's organized sports events, and it's not even fun if you win. Hey, cut it out, kid. Just leave the cool catchphrases to me. I'm a heliobus, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Just remove my seal, haha. Just possessing him won't be enough. I'm gonna get inside his head. Oh, just wait and see. I'll make Scott change his mind and admit defeat wholeheartedly. What do you say?
Oh, you're awesome, Mr. Tail.
Well, well, if it isn't our hero, March 7th.
I'm not hiding or backing down. You challenged me, and I'm here to accept it.
We're here to fight. What's wrong with you people? Sending me a threatening letter? Who are you trying to scare?
A threatening letter? What are you even talking about?
Oh, stop playing dumb. Didn't you slip this into my pocket?
Mr. Scott, a great sinner of arrogance and insolence. You have inflicted your twisted lust for power upon that innocent shop owner and insulted the extraordinary art of Xianzhou swordplay. We have decided to make you confess all your crimes in person. The time for change is now. Your twisted desires will be stripped away by us?
The writing is terrible. I wouldn't have understood it if you hadn't just read it to me.
What the heck did you just say?
Hey, who said that?
No one said anything. You must have imagined it.
Well, enough for chit-chat. March 7th, I'm going to make you bark. I didn't even see her draw her sword. Time seemed to freeze, and all I saw was a flash of green fire. In an instant, I remembered staring out at the sea as a child, glimpsing a faint green light through the thick fog, which turned out to be the home of that girl, Rakshmi. Seriously, who lights a green lantern in their house? Those guys must be nuts. Why am I suddenly remembering these things? Is my life flashing before my eyes? Am I dead?
Looks like this is Scott's mind. I'd better find where his most twisted desires are lurking.
Scott, get your butt over here.
Oh, this guy looks just like his old man. Humans spend decades trying to heal their childhood traumas, and Scott might be no different.
What's with all the yelling on the weekend, Dad? We're sleeping.
Sleeping? How many times do I have to tell you? Do credits sleep? Does the free market sleep? Does the invisible hand sleep? Forget it, we'll discuss this later. Pafana's parents came by earlier. They heard about Pafana breaking his leg while playing Skydart, and they found out that you carried him to the hospital. So they decided to visit the father of their son's best friend.
So, Scott was kind-hearted as a kid.
You idiot! Aren't you and Pafana competing for the captain position on the Skydart team? Why are you befriending your own rival? And you even carried him to the hospital? You're such a caring guy, aren't you? Lyndon Scott, how many times have I told you that our Scott family crest is the lone wolf, and our family motto is no enemies, no friends, only prey. Would you carry your prey to the hospital?
Well, little Scott was pretty unfortunate to be born into such a family.
But, Dad, I broke his leg on purpose. If I hadn't taken him to the hospital, others would have suspected me.
Wait, what?
So that's how it is. Oh, gee. I'm so sorry, Scott. I shouldn't have scolded you. I apologize.
It's okay, Dad, because you're the best.
I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It seems his most twisted desires aren't here.
Scott Sr., you're suspected of accepting a huge bribe. Now come with us.
Ah, the old guy got caught!
I knew this day would eventually come. I only have one question, Captain. Who sold me out?
An internal tip-off. We're not allowed to disclose any details.
An internal tip-off. Most of those involved have neither the motive nor the evidence. Who could it be?
It was me, Dad. I turned you in.
You? Scott? You're the one who turned me in?
Oh, man! This guy is heartless! The old guy looks like he's about to cry!
I'm so proud of you.
Proud?
Dad.
Use me as a stepping stone to reach greater heights. Lyndon Scott, you are the pride of the Scott family. A true lone wolf. And your dad is so proud of you.
I'll do as you've taught me, Father.
Jeez, this guy is simply hopeless. His most twisted desires aren't here at all.
Hey, Scott, my best buddy. I'm getting transferred to the Tartarian. Let's grab a drink after work.
This guy actually has friends? Maybe I can find something here that'll make him change his ways.
The Tartarian? That's the frontier fortification vessel, isn't it? You haven't slipped up at work lately, have you?
Ha ha ha! So it was you who meddled and got me transferred, right? No one else on our team has the skill to pull something like this off.
Come on! Why am I not surprised at all?
It couldn't be helped. Your position was so desirable, I had to make a move.
It's not just about the position, is it? There's also Rakshmi. No one will ever compete with you for her again.
Rakshmi? Glimpsing a faint green light through the thick fog. Could it be that Rakshmi is the love of Scott's life?
Please, promise.
Of course, Ashavat. Go to the Tartari.
Seems like his most twisted desires are not here either.
How long have we known each other, Scott?
Around 7 or 8 years. Why?
We've been working together for so long, and I just realized our hometowns are so close to each other. Talk about a coincidence.
Yeah, we never get a chance to talk about this stuff at the office.
Oh, I didn't realize Scott was actually a scumbag with a pure heart.
All these years, there's something I've been keeping to myself. Too afraid to tell you.
You like me, don't you?
Why are you being so blunt?
Oh, well done, Scott. I like your straightforward style.
Yeah. I want to be your girlfriend, Scott.
Gotcha, Scott. Ooh, I found your weakness.
Gotcha! Gotcha off guard!
Wait, what?
I recorded everything! You know office romances are strictly forbidden in our department. Once I make this recording public, you'll never be able to compete with me for the specialist position.
What the?
Well, all right. That's exactly what I love about you, Scott.
What the heck?
I'll step aside for you. But when the day comes that I surpass you in the same manner, I hope you'll acknowledge my intentions.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'm a lone wolf, remember?
Oh, he's such a jerk! Is that a wolf? Wait. No, that must be Scott himself. The crown behind him must be his most twisted desire. Oh, finally, I found the depths of your hopeless soul. I'll strip away your twisted desires.
Who are you? This is my place. How did you get in here?
I can come and go as I please. Do I need your permission? Let me tell you something. In your quest to reach the top, you've trampled over everything that's decent.
It's all about success. I'm the pride of the Scott family, a certified lone wolf. I'll do whatever it takes to reach the pinnacle of life.
But are you truly happy? You've sacrificed your family, your friends, and your love. All for those meaningless credits. Ask yourself, are you truly happy?
Am I happy? Am I truly happy? Oh, I'm so happy! I'm ecstatic! You couldn't even begin to imagine how happy I am! Sacrificing my emotions? Ha! What a joke! What good do my emotions do me? Can they turn into a delicious meal or a glass of wine? Can they pilot a starship? Or buy me a mansion? So, answer me this. Do you think anyone would pay credits for my emotions? No way! But I can trade my credits for emotions. With enough credits, I can make anyone my friend.
Oh, this man is truly hopeless. Maybe I need to try a different approach this time.
But I'm not about to spend my hard-earned credits on something as pointless as emotions. I'm a lone wolf. A lone wolf from the Scott family, with no enemies or friends. Only prey!
Bring it on, Scott the Lone Wolf. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Live some, win some. Don't let me down. There's no backing out now, for me or you.
Get that!
Grace and elegance, existence is unity.
Self-inflicted misery.
Time to twirl!
You dare attack me?
Honored to meet me. I can do this! Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Who's the little backstabber?
Time to twirl! Protect!
Guess I owe you one.
Grace and elegance.
What are you looking at?
There's no backing out now, for me or you.
Time to twirl!
Self-inflicted misery.
Time to twirl!
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Do you know who this big diamond? It's all yours!
Don't let me down.
Get that!
Specialist Scott! Specialist Scott! What's the matter?
Oh.
Specialist Scott, March 7th swung her sword, and something green entered your body. Then you froze and started muttering something. Are you okay?
Hey! March 7th! What did you do to Specialist Scott?
Me? I didn't do anything. Seriously.
Mr. Tail, what did you do to Scott?
Come on, what are you thinking? I just stripped away his most twisted desire. Watch what's about to happen.
Oh, Scott seems weird. Did you really make him change his ways, Mr. Tail?
Well, this is my first time doing something like this, so I'm not sure how things will turn out.
You've managed to make a guy like him turn over a new leaf. You're amazing, Mr. Tail.
I'm even more amazing than you think. Look, it's kicking in now.
Specialist Scott, what's wrong with you?
Specialist Scott, snap out of it!
What have you done to him, Mr. Tail?
I removed his twisted desires, and now he's genuinely trying to become a lone wolf. Yeah, you'd ought to remember it's best not to make an enemy out of Huahua.
Don't bite me, Specialist Scott! Run for your life! Specialist Scott has gone insane!
Aw, I thought Mr. Tail would possess me and teach me some super cool Heliobus swordplay.
Nah, I told you, I'm not really one for violence.
I kinda want a milk tea. Let's go get one after training. Did I really just learn that? I guess I am pretty awesome after all. to today? Someone stopped me on the road earlier. They said I was a 1 in a million super talented martial arts genius. You say you like me. Finally! Some recognition for training my butt off!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Ill tidings manifest. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Time to say bye. Boom.